This week we're starting e-collar training with both dogs. Right now I'm going to start this video with Arya. I'll let you know if Pooh's a little different. I am not going to leave their e-collars today because they're obviously not going to be well versed on using the e-collar on the first day of working with them. So I'll probably leave their e-collars tomorrow. I'm going to go see how both dogs do a little bit, but right now I want to explain to you how I'm starting the process of e-collar training with Arya. So this is not your collar. I just brought one of mine over to see how she does. But this collar goes from 1 to 100. So I have it sized to fit her right now. The collar it's a tinge unit. So if the two contact points are not touching the same muscle, the dogs are not gonna feel anything. So the collar just have to be snug. I'm gonna size them to fit both pups for you. That way you can just clip it on. You're not questioning the size. You'll get a feel for how it's supposed to fit. And then as they both grow, you can adjust accordingly. So what we're gonna do first is we wanna find what level of the e-collar Arya actually works on. So what that means by saying what she works on is the lowest level that she can actually feel, so we can teach her what this collar means. So I'm going to start on 1, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap 1, tap 2, tap 3, keep going up until I see some indicator that she feels it. Usually the dog will, like an ear will twitch, or they'll kind of look where the collar is. So give me something letting me know they feel it. And then generally what I'm going to do is turn it down a few notches because it's a weird and a new sensation for dogs. So they don't always show when they first feel it. And generally once they do feel it, they become more aware of it. What you doing? Sit. They become more aware of it, so you want to turn it down. So the idea with the e-collar is that it's just another tool to help you communicate with your dog. It is not intended to be for punishment unless you have a dog who's very well trained on the e-collar and they are doing something like, I don't know, let's say they're about to run into the street. Then you would use the e-collar as punishment for not listening to you because that is life or death. What we're doing right now is just teaching it as a tool of communication. So when I find her level, I'm going to layer it over commands she already knows so that she can understand following through what I've asked her to do makes the sensation go away. When she's well versed in that, then we won't use it unless we're actually having to tell her no or get her attention or whatever the case is. But, so I don't ever explain, I'm going to start with just finding her level. So I'm just gonna, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the video, but I still wanted to show you how we're doing it. So I'm just gonna keep clicking and going up, up, up until she notices it. So I think right there I saw a little bit of movement in her. That's on an 8. That's a general, that's a level that most dogs do notice it. So I'm gonna wait a little bit and then click it again to see if I can see something else. How are you already tired? We haven't done anything yet. All right, so right there, I clicked it a couple of times on a 16. I'm seeing her ear flicker a little bit. She's kind of turning her head towards it. So I'm actually gonna just go ahead and turn her back down to a 10. And I feel like what we're probably gonna do over the next couple steps is she's gonna go down that level a little bit more. So now we are going to layer the e-collar over the command she already knows. So I'm gonna layer the e-collar with let's go and sit. What that means is I'm gonna press the button about a moment before I say let's go. I'm gonna start moving. As soon as she gets up with me, I'm gonna let this button go. It's really hard for me to talk to her and tell you when I'm pressing the button. So just know, when you hear me saying the command, I'm holding the button down. As soon as she does what I'm asking her to do, I'm gonna let go of it. I'm gonna do the same thing for sit. Right as I'm saying sit, I'm gonna press this button and hold it down. When she sits, the moment she starts to go into the sit, I'm gonna let it go. We're gonna work on those two things until I feel like she's understanding it. Then we'll move on and I'll probably get a video of it. We're gonna work on place a little bit, so let's go. Sit. Good. So as soon as that butt went down, I let it go. Now I'm gonna work on walking around her to make sure she's actually staying in the sit. If she pops up the second she goes to break the command, I'm gonna say no and press this button. I'm gonna keep holding it down. I'm gonna tell her to sit again. Once she sits, I'm gonna let it go. This is also working on the foundation of giving your no meaning. So by the end of training or in the next couple of days, if she picks it up quickly, every time you say no, you're gonna press this button. So your no has a physical correction, and eventually you can just say no and she's gonna choose to listen to you. All right, so no need for the e-collar there. Let's go. Good girl. Sit. she wasn't sitting, I held the e-collar button down, but I went ahead and gave her a little more guidance with the leash so she understands that, to get her to actually follow through. And I think the heat's gotten to her a little bit today. She was very playful when I got here. I feel like she understands once the prong collar's on, that's work mode, so she just chills out really fast. That's another reason why I want this e-collar. When they fully understand it, they fully understand the e-collar and their commands, you don't have to have the leash and the prong collar in your backyard. Let's go. Yeah, good girl. Sit. Good. So since she's doing both of those really well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the e-collar for down as well. Same thing with the other commands. As soon as I say down, I'm holding this black button down. As soon as she goes into the command, I'm letting it go. Oh, well, looks like we're not gonna be able to do that. Come on, go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Good. So right there, if you're working with her and she just lays down and doesn't want to get up when you say let's go, I just did some light little pop releases with the prong collar until she got up. Down. Down, good girl. So the whole time that I was leaned over doing some leash pressure, I was holding the e-collar button as well. It did seem like she kind of froze up a little bit. She does know what down means, so I'm actually going to turn this back down to an 8. And we're just going to keep moving through the commands this way. Let's go, sit down with the e-collar. We're just going to keep doing, like I said in the other video I sent you, where I was just showing you how we're working. We're just going to run through all the commands like this. I'm probably going to take her inside. That way she can get some AC. But that's just a little quick overview of how we're initially teaching the e-collar. As she understands the collar, that's going to change. It's going to become something that you only use if she's actively not listening to you. I'm going to get this hot dog inside. That way we can get some work done.